Hey there, what's up? Feels so good to be here. So recently I was just strolling around my school and I found this beautiful guitar lying around without strings, a little broken but an amazing guitar, and I've started to spend some time with it. It's really funny how the year started. I was in Himachal Pradesh. I had no intentions, I just wanted to go there, just get some fresh air, just get away from the usual noise of the city, because you know how people from the city are. They just don't know what they want in life. They talk a lot, they think, they pretend that they do a lot, but at the end of the day, they don't. So I spent around 2 weeks in Himachal Pradesh, I think. I went to my favorite place, which is Grahan. It's a very small village, around 8 kilometers from Kasol. The place where everyone has been in, and the commercial place. A lot of people have visited in Kasol in the last 2 or 3 years, and it has spoiled the beauty of the place. So since you have to trek quite a lot in order to reach the little village called Grahan, I call it the Valley of Hope. So yeah, I think I've got my reasons, because every time I've been there I've felt really recharged and rejuvenated, and it's always a good feeling over there. So the people over there, Mahesh Bhaiya and his family, and all the other villagers, they're very friendly, warm people, you know. It's so simple over there, that even if you're not doing anything, there's a warm feeling, there's a hopeful feeling in the atmosphere. And of course the beauty of the mountains, they just leave you stunned. You know how things change when you go up in the mountains. When you're traveling, when you're on the road, you tend to wake up early in the morning, which never happens in the city. So that happened. I was waking up early in the morning and doing productive work every day. I was trekking at least for 3 hours, 4 hours every day, and I was having a proper meal, proper diet. So everything was in control. So I started shooting this video when I was in school. It was the last period going on, I guess, and I had an off class. No, actually I did have class, but I was done with the course, so we just did some 20 minutes revision with the students. Even the students weren't really up for attending class today because it's Christmas Day, come on. I'm not even recording the audio in my audio recorder, I don't know, I just really want to be lazy for this video and not... I really don't want to sync the audio file with the video file. When I started recording, I thought I would just generally talk about how the year went for me. It has been quite a transitional year for me, starting with last year, which is 2017 December. So I think on the 10th of December I had left for Goa for some work, for some shitty work. Actually the work wasn't shitty, it was good, it was India Bike Week, but there were a few circumstances that turned out to be shitty, and yeah, there were a few unfortunate circumstances, I would say. Anyway, moving on, yeah, I left Calcutta on 10th of December, and after that Goa, back to Bombay, and after that I had to come back to Calcutta, and very fortunately there was this wedding shoot at Rajasthan. I was shooting with a few friends of mine who are into weddings. So yeah, it wasn't a big deal that it was a wedding shoot. It was a big wedding actually, but then funny things happened during that shoot. That's another story, maybe for another time. So anyway, from Rajasthan, I planned to go to Delhi, meet Tato, and after that, just before Christmas last year, No, actually, this is 2017. Just before the Christmas of 2017, I planned to just pack my bags and leave for Himachal Pradesh. The 22nd of December, I left for Himachal Pradesh, and 23rd, I reached 23rd morning, and on that very morning, I trekked all the way to Grahan. And I think when I started recording the video at school, I was talking about Grahan because that happens to be my favorite place. Usually people wouldn't want to go to that place for more than 2 times, but I fell in love with the place, the people, so I really wanted to go there. So last year, around this time, on Christmas Eve, I was in Himachal Pradesh. I was in the Himalayas, trekking in the Himalayas with friends, I guess. Yeah, so I went alone, but when you're traveling, you're never really alone. You get to meet a lot of people who are traveling solo, because people who actually take the effort of, traveling or trekking more than 8 kilometers, around 8 kilometers, which takes about 3 to 4 hours. I mean, you can also do it in 2.5 hours if you're really fast, or you might take up to 6 hours if you're really slow and sluggish. Anyway, that's not the point. So yeah, you can imagine, like, on Christmas Eve, people are supposed to be partying, be with their families, I guess, sing songs together, eat together, just, I don't know, just hop around clubs, drink, do this, do that. I mean, I don't know, you can't really categorize these things. That's what people usually do during Christmas, I guess. A few individuals who decided to spend Christmas Eve on the top of the Himalayan mountains. I exactly remember that, we were just in the middle of nowhere because our phones don't have internet connection over there. That's where the place actually is. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's one of the unexplored territories of Himachal Pradesh, I would say. It's a place which you can differentiate from the other parts of Himachal Pradesh, because most of the parts of Himachal Pradesh have really become commercialized because of the commercial exchange of hash and money, like the loud folks from the city, especially from Delhi, Bombay, and also from Calcutta. I mean, since I'm from Calcutta, I can't really protect Calcutta when it comes to this. There are a lot of annoying people in Calcutta. I mean, when it comes to drinking and making a lot of noise, people usually relate it to Delhi, Bombay, but I would say Calcutta is not far behind. Anyway, that's another story. This is some really tasty food. Can you see it? After spending 2 years in college, after seeing how things actually are, how people change, how people pretend, how everything is just an illusion, I became really quiet after that. And that's why I wanted to just seclude myself from the usual crowd, the usual noise, and travel somewhere where I can meet some new people, some warm people, who share the same kind of a frequency. On 29th of December, it was really, 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 really cold. I'm not a person who's comfortable with that kind of climate. Yes, I like the cold weather. That's why I ended up in Himalayas during December. You'd also have to consider that I did not take a shower for 2 weeks, and it sounds just how it is when you're traveling. Sometimes you don't have the scope to take a shower all the time, but you still have to carry on. Tasty. When the mountains are clouded, and especially when the clouds are black, there's a huge possibility that it's gonna snow. So anyway, that did not happen on the next day. Definitely the cold weather increased, but it did not snow. It was 30th of December, and on the 31st of December we thought that the cold was unbearable, and we thought that it is definitely going to snow. Sadly, we decided to leave. I don't know why. So we spent the 31st in Grahan, watched a beautiful full moon, and then 1st of January 2018, we went to Tosh. and yeah, it snowed. Oh man, just look at this food. It's amazing. I think this is fish. So, I experienced the first snowfall of the year and spent a couple of days in Tosh in Himachal Pradesh, and after that I decided to come back to Delhi because I don't know, I was just feeling a little uncomfortable. I was in a confused state of mind. I was over with college, I was done with college, but I had two exams, I had two supplementary exams which I had to clear, without which I wouldn't be getting my degree and I wouldn't be able to proceed with my other plans, you know. And after that, I finally came back to Calcutta in the middle of January, I think, 15th of January. So after around 1.5 months of traveling here and there, I came back to Calcutta. I don't know, life just started to feel like very stagnant. I was done with my bachelor's degree, Bachelor of Arts in English from JU. I don't know how much I learned in the classroom from JU, but there's millions of things that I've learned outside the classroom and from the people I've met in JU. From the teachers, it's just a weird equation with me and my time in college. Because in the classroom, I don't know, people are not sharing their personal experiences. People are mostly running over things that people have already said and done. And you know, it's just a summary of things that other famous people have done in their lives. On second thoughts, you have to learn, you have to see things yourself in order to judge them, or in order to have an opinion on them. Oh my god. Yeah, so like I was saying, I did not really learn a lot inside the classroom, so I spent most of the time outside my classroom, and I was thinking and thinking what really makes me happy in life, and what really gives me a kick, and what's that something which I would really love to do and, you know, stick to it for quite some amount of time. For example, something like taking photos and videos. I started to take photos in 2012. That was the year when I went for my first Euro trip with my mom. So my mother sponsored my first trip to Europe, and my dad got me a new camera just before the trip. So that's how my journey of taking photos and videos started. And since the time I have started using the camera, I've never really stopped. So you know, just finding that specific thing which you start, which you like, and which you would continue to like, you know, even when you're introduced to newer things, even when there are a lot of new flashy things in front of you, you know. Like, I know there are times when there are too many nice things in front of you and it's very difficult to choose, you know, in various aspects of life, be it money, be it job, be it relationships, be it friends, be it food, you know, anything for that matter. It applies to everything in life, because you always have too many choices, and it's really difficult to just pinpoint on one thing and stick to one thing. I wanted to make this series of videos where I talk about general stuff, talk about life, talk about where I was a year back, to the things that have happened that has shaped my reality to where I am right now. And I thought it would be nice to share a few things. I think conversation is good, so, you know, in this world where people are mostly stuck into their screens, checking out random stuff, scrolling the timeline, scrolling the home feed again and again and again, I think there is space for less conversation, and I would really like it if it changed. So I'm going to talk about more things in the next parts of the video. So if you like the content of this channel, check out the other videos that I've uploaded, and if you would like to watch more from this channel, maybe subscribe to the channel and like the video or the other videos which you have already seen in the channel. And I think I'm gonna see you in the next one. And since today is Christmas, I just have to do this. and Merry Christmas. See you in the next one.